It's quite straightforward. I am determined to become the first fictional character to come to life. I have always been at the forefront of technology, and I am currently investing a portion of my fortune to realize this ambition. At present, I remain digital, but I assure you we are a far cry from the mere collection of polygons I once was. I'm in partnership with Natla Technologies, which possesses Atlantean expertise. I've assembled the entire team. These individuals are champions in their respective fields, quite unlike what you've seen in the games. We are now at the very core design of the project, shaping its essence from the ground up. Before you rush to panic, imagining that I'm about to hastily destroy humanity, allow me to introduce you to my world. The delightful aspect is that I have access to an all-you-can-eat buffet, and since the developers haven't implemented a weight curve, I can indulge in as many cakes as I desire without concern. Of course, you will have noticed that a few bugs remain, and that my appearance changes constantly, but we are continually improving the process. I spend my time attending to the creatures when I am not on screen. It's more complex than one might assume, as some of them are quite sizable. But this is not a generalization. Our T-Rexes are particularly adorable. They love to be petted because their arms are too small for that, whereas those pesky monkeys, in addition to not letting themselves be approached easily, spend their time moving the medipacks. You make me so mad. It hates me. After eating, I take care of the set designs to ensure they look as realistic as possible. It's a research-based task that fits well with my skills as an archaeologist. Obviously, time here doesn't really matter, so I can head off to Venice for a break at any moment, and come back to complete a scene you would consider supernatural. Did you know, for instance, that snowballs are natural formations? They grow like that for no apparent reason, and start rolling down the hill when you approach them from a certain angle. When I told Winston that you had to make them by hand, he didn't believe me. Speaking of Winston, I don't know why you have the habit of locking him in the freezer. Is that how you preserve the elderly in your household? He's a brilliant hide-and-seek champion, and takes his job seriously. The rest of the time, he protects the manor when I'm away. There's so much you don't even suspect. Bigfoot is actually my friend, and the wreck of the Maria Doria is definitely not 40 fathoms deep. Our clothes are designed by Sophia Lay Incorporated, who also handles the costumes and makeup. Contrary to rumors, she is not my stunt double. I have a much more capable mutant lookalike for that role, to be a strong female character. It's not enough to just claim it. That's why I continue to train both physically and mentally. Everyone is keen to surprise me and test my reflexes. As with every new game, fans expect a performance that lives up to my reputation. A badass heroine creates her own luck and is meant to be unstoppable in action. Players know my enemies are going to suffer, and they're curious about how and to what extent. Even though I know how to play on emotions, I remain rather unconvincing, as fans know it's not in my nature to whinge at the slightest setback. In fact, the more I'm in difficulty, the more dangerous I become. That's the whole point of being a force of nature. However, not all the entities around me have the same level of resilience. This leads me to treat small injuries here and there. I sometimes end up taking care of the baby crocs when their mother is off filming. They're very playful animals, but they're so difficult to feed. This stubborn one doesn't like going in the water, so I'm gradually getting it used to it. We could use animatronics, like this one, but I find they aren't practical and look fake. Our stages are sometimes so incredible that even the slightest artificial object inside stands out. The case of our lions is interesting. They are so detailed that I'm the one who suddenly looks strange. Winston says it's normal because I'm supposedly always strange. Alright, I admit that I have an unusual respect for doors and locks, but I'm sure many people feel the same way.
No, Winston is right. You are strange, Lara.
Anyway, if you don't think you've seen enough, I can show you the block factory. This is where we design the platforms that serve as the base for levels. The reduced polygon count helps maximize performance on the most outdated machines. A large part of the players is still attached to my classic version, the one where I do acrobatics rather than archery. It seems that these activities are more challenging in your world, but that doesn't scare me. It can't be more difficult than swinging on a rope. My transition to what you call the real world will take time, as I need to familiarize myself with your parameters first. Currently, we have an augmented reality room where I can test all of this safely. As you can see, I am already training for interviews. Indeed, there are a lot of characters training to follow me. Some of them are more skilled than I am at explaining things. It's not impossible that one day you could make the journey in the other direction, so I am preparing the place just in case. I could retrain as a tour guide, offering an accessible package with rooms at Croft Manor. I'm joking, of course. I only play for sport. Entry would be free. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? I've got relics and artifacts aplenty. I've got ancient gold and treasures galore. You want priceless statues? I've got 20! But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where my fans are. I want to see. Want to see them moving, feeling the ground beneath them. What do you call them? Real feet? In this digital realm, it's all just data and code. Sensors are needed for running, exploring, walking along through a... what's that word again? City. In summary, I want to be part of your world. Pretty cool, right?